Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. Today, I want to talk about a topic for financial independence, which is being asset rich but cash poor, or retirement poor. And sometimes this is called being house rich and cash poor. And how this happens is, let's say you're in a place where your house has appreciated a ton. On paper, you might look really wealthy, but in real life, you may feel extremely poor. And so a good example of this might be in someplace like California. Let's say you bought your house in 2013 at the depths of the financial crisis. And, over the past 10 decade or something, maybe your house appreciated in value by $1 million, and your house might be worth 1.5 million or something, but you're still working for a living on a day-to-day basis, and the only way to get access to that 1.5 million is by selling that asset and then go moving someplace else. But a lot of folks feel really constrained, even though on paper it says they're millionaires. They sure don't feel that way in their real life. And so that's the principle is, if you're asset rich but cash poor, it doesn't really affect your life very much. And even the average house in the state that I live in is like $500,000, maybe a little bit higher than that. So, just if a person has a paid off house in my state, then, they're halfway to being millionaires right there, but it's just a house. It's what you live in. Um, so you might on paper be really wealthy, but from the perspective of life, you still have to work day to day. You can't get out of the rat race. And so there's a difference between having all of your assets in investments as opposed to just having a bunch of it tied up in something like a house, which is just an asset that, sure, you would have to pay rent if you were someplace, but this kind of a phenomenon that's kind of happening across our country is that the value of people's houses is going up, but their wages aren't keeping up with the cost of living. And even though on paper they may be a millionaire, it sure doesn't feel that way. Particularly like if all of your savings is in a retirement account in your 40s and 50s, you might have a house that's worth something, but you got a bunch of funds in retirement accounts, but you can't access those till you're later. You might just feel trapped, even though you may have, $1.5 million or something. And so this is kind of the thought is strategically look at where your funds are placed and maybe make some changes. Instead of putting all of your funds in retirement accounts, maybe consider putting some of those in a normal brokerage account, because anything that's in a brokerage account you can use anytime that you want to. And so that may make a bigger influence in your life is putting more of your assets in a normal brokerage account as opposed to retirement funds or just in your house. And then you may want to downsize or shift around or move states or something. I know there's a lot of the financial influencers that have ended up moving out of California to low tax states like, what is it, Nevada or Texas, which I think both have no state income tax. I believe Texas has high property taxes, but Nevada has low property taxes because they just make a bunch of revenue on gambling. And so you can be strategic about, where you move to kind of unlock the equity in your house. Like, let's say you're in California, you have $1 million house or $1 million of equity in your house. You sell that thing, you got to move somewhere else and deal with whatever weather constraints are in the other house or area. But $1 million at the 4% rule will generate $40,000 of income per year. And in some places that's enough to live on. So, so overall, just kind of a thought to say different places that you live in make differences in terms of the overall cost of living. And you may be house rich or asset rich, but feel really poor. And it may be worth making some changes in your life to unlock some of the asset value or the equity in your home. Sometimes just moving states can have a huge influence on your overall financial health. And so kind of a fun little topic to talk about today. Hopefully that's interesting to you guys. Overall, I'm just trying to talk about interesting things that may be good for the fire community. And like, subscribe. We'll see you. Bye.